Sup, people? It's Aaron. I'm on my way to work again. Red Sox! Go Red Sox! Hey, we may not be looking at winning the season this year, but considering where we started and where we are, we're doing better. Alright, so, good morning. I'm gonna do another one of these, live show things, 15 minutes or something. I'm just gonna do a rant, talk about things that are on my mind while I'm driving to work. Anyway, good morning. And I don't know how my followers are parents or have children. I see a substantial number of you are probably between the age of 24 and 35. And you enjoy the comedy, you enjoy the sports, you really like the movie stuff that I've been posting. I think the quality of my stuff probably isn't up to snuff as what some other content providers create. They probably spend a lot more time and energy making their content than I do too. But that wasn't really the point of any of this conversation. So I want to talk about toddler tantrums. If you're not a parent, you've never had children, you've never been a babysitter or anything and had to deal with something like this, it can be quite daunting, it can be quite difficult, and it can really try your soul. And I'll explain what I mean by that here in a second. So let's say here, for instance, you're raising a little boy, and that little boy, you go someplace with them. Let's call it Target, right? Everybody goes to Target at least once or twice, right? Most people in this country have probably been to a Target. If you're a parent, you've probably been there with a child, and you've probably had to walk past the toy department. Okay. So sometimes the mentality of a child is, I want. You're standing in my way. You're now the challenge. You're the task that I have to somehow facilitate and mediate in order to get what I want. And depending on how you've raised this child, manipulation tactics could come into play. That being said, let's see here. So some kids, some people will make up things based on facts that are not facts. Their imagination gone wild, and they decide to start seeing things and talking about things that didn't actually happen. Now, most of this is because they got a lot of extra energy right now. There are endorphins that are going through their body. Their brain is accessing all kinds of extra chemicals right now because they're now pumped up and they're getting people morphine and whatever. Not wrong word. Chemicals are being created inside of their mind, which make them start thinking about other things. Because of this, sometimes they make irrational choices. All right, so examples. In store with child, they ask you for a squirt gun. Now, you have a no gun policy in your house. So squirt guns, Nerf guns, cap guns, BB guns, toy guns, things that look like a gun or make a sound like a gun. Rules. No guns are allowed in your house. It's never changed. It's been the same rules since the day you were born. Now, you're at home. You're not at home. You're in Target. You've just seen a gun. You want the gun. You want the gun really bad. You don't have any guns at all. You were told no by the person who brought you there, and you're not willing to accept that answer. This is where the toddler now will make a choice. I'm going to try to embarrass the shit out of you so I can make sure that I get what I want because you're too afraid and you're too scared to stand up to me. It's the only way someone who has no education, someone who has no understanding of the world around them, can use a manipulation tactic to make you feel fear and be scared of something you don't want to deal with in order to get their way. Now, if you do it once, you've just taught them this is an acceptable way for them to get what they want. And if you don't spend any time trying to change that, they're going to do it again. Now, they're going to do it a second time, and you're going to be like, oh man, I know it's coming here. I'm just going to nip this off before we even get there. And I'm just going to calm down, and I'm going to buy the gun. So now they have 2 guns. And they've learned that this works. So now, you're not happy about the fact that they have 2 guns, and you're kind of angry at your child. A few months go by, and you happen to be someplace else. It's another person to buy them a gun. So you come home, and you see that there's now 3 guns in your living room. What the hell? Now this causes rage in the parent, because you got a policy, there's a rule, no guns in the house. So you ask the child, take care of your guns. Child doesn't take care of the guns. They leave them all in the house. They leave them inside your car. They leave them everywhere. They leave the darts everywhere. They leave trash from it everywhere. They don't clean up after themselves. And you keep allowing them to get away with it. And then whenever you ask them, could you pick that up please? They yell at you and tell you, no, why don't you do it? And then you go and pick it up. What are you doing to this child? That's a form of abuse. Parents don't view this as abuse because they think they're just being nice to their kid and I'll do it for you. But what are you teaching your child? At some point, they're going to go out into the world and they're going to expect other people to treat them the same way that you did. Just remember that. You're training this individual how to interact with other people. You are a teacher as a parent. It's your responsibility to teach morals, ethics, and how to just plain be a normal social person and deal with other people in a community. And by being that selfish and not understanding that your choices and actions are affecting other people makes you turn a person into a narcissist. Okay? Now, I know some of you now are probably already starting to figure out where the hell I'm going with this. Okay? Because I know there's about 35 or 40% of the population of the people who watch my channel who probably understand all of what I'm talking about and have had these thoughts in their heads prior to this conversation. It's the 65% of you that are out there that think I'm fucking lying. That's what concerns me. 65% of people in the world think that what I'm saying is false and I'm making stuff up. It's logic. Look around. The way we treat one another is how we're viewed by the world. And if you can't go around treating other people nicely, how would you ever expect somebody to do it for you? And if they did, how would you know they were actually doing it for you or that they weren't doing it for themselves? And whatever they're doing is just another way of making you feel like you're satisfied and cared by what they're doing because somehow they've placated you. This is the toddler tantrum. You're aiding and abetting somebody who knows they're wrong, understands they're wrong, but just doesn't care. And that's a problem that the parents generated. That's not a problem from society. That's not a problem from a lack of education. You call it whatever you want. When you raise a child in this world, you're supposed to guide them into being a good human being. If you're not a good human being, then there's a pretty good chance you're not going to raise a good human being. What was it that they said in Harry Potter? I'm not going to repeat the quote, but some of you out there know what I'm talking about. If the parents are bad, the kids are bad. I don't think that I was raised in the most perfect environment. I don't think that I'm the most perfect person. I know I have flaws. I don't know what all of my flaws are. I'm sure there are other people out there who can point out more of them. And, you know, I'm willing to listen. And if I can fix any of those things, then I correct them. Because I strive to be better every day, knowing that no matter how good I am, it's never enough. That's something that I feel inside. No one makes me feel that way. No one forces me to think the way that I do. No one has to hold a gun to my head to make me make a choice as to whether or not I should let somebody cross the road in front of me, as opposed to me trying to race past them. We're all in this together. If it's raining out, why would I drive through a puddle and splash somebody standing on the side of the road just so I can get to the other side of the road faster? That's common sense, okay? And I watch other people not give a shit splash people walking down the roads by driving into a puddle when they had plenty of room to go around it. I see people honking at one another when they're parked at red lights, trying to get people to drive through a red light because, well, there's no other cars here, so why are you waiting for something to happen when there's nobody there that you're going to get hit by? The laws aren't laws so that we can choose to use the ones that we want when we want to. This isn't like the Bible where people can just like choose to pick things out of it and live their life based on what they want to feel is okay instead of what's actually being told to them is okay. It's not up to you to make these choices. There are certain things in the world that are already made for us, and we just need to follow with them. And I get it. Some people are like, I don't want to be a lemming, and I'm not just going to follow with what society tells you. Okay, society's going to want to eat you then. Nobody likes somebody that comes in, complains about everything, tells everybody everything else is doing is wrong, and then continues to sit there trying to be a part of something that they don't want to be a part of and trying to tear it down from the inside. If you don't want to be there, what the fuck are you doing here? Now, I'm not saying that we should deport everybody that doesn't agree with me or anything like that, because that's not what this country is. What I'm saying is that if you don't agree with the founding fathers, if you don't agree with the documents that are controlling this country, and you think that all that shit is bullshit, you think all of our laws are bullshit, you think the things that we do and we talk about and we try to create like ways of making it so that everybody is equal, everybody, not just people that were born fucking here, okay? That means people who aren't citizens. That means people who aren't fucking Americans. All people. They got a heart. Even some of them might not have a heart anymore because they might be living on a machine. That doesn't take away the ability for them to also get respect in our country. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care if you were born here and you were born in Cambodia and you had to crawl through 3 countries, get on a boat, hide in the belly of the boat for 15 years, and make it all the way to our country. If you're on this fucking soil, you're part of our problem, and we will help you. That's what America is about. Hands down, all this racist, bigotry shit, that's what the bad people in America wanted when America started. Americans, real Americans, decided, yeah, that's not really what we're here for. We came here as a way of us getting away from that type of culture. Looking to not have to exploit other people in order to be able to do what we needed to do. Okay? Then the culture of the kings and all these other countries wanted to send their money here because they thought, oh, there's a gold in America. We're going to send people over there and steal the gold from all those natives and all the other people that are there and all the other countries that are going to go there and try to steal that gold first. We got to go there and steal it first. So you have a bunch of criminals come to our country, finding out that there was no gold here, having to figure out something to do, found out they could sell tobacco and cotton to people in Europe, so they stole people in order to make money. These are the same kind of assholes that are trying to run the country right now and lie to everybody in order to get back slavery. Just understand that, okay? This isn't a fight as to whether or not we're trying to save democracy. This is a fight as to whether or not we can bring back what happened before the Civil War. And okay with us taking immigrants, and you're okay with us taking people who are coming to this country for help and assistance and forcing them to go into indentured servitude, prison camps, for crimes that they didn't commit, for laws and rules that are being fabricated specifically to be able to go after these people? You don't find that to be cruel? You don't find that to be mean? You don't find that to be wrong? The ones that really surprise me are the ones that go around calling themselves God-fearing, or that they're Christians, or that they believe in God. You don't believe in God. If you follow what our country is doing right now and you support this, you don't believe in God. You don't believe in anything. You're lying to yourself and everyone else. And that's the extent of what I can say. Happy Friday. I know that was the 16-minute rant for the day. Be good to your neighbors. Be good to your friends. Be honest. Don't just go around lying to everyone, because it'll never get you where you want to go. And, yeah, just... chivalry's dead, but it doesn't need to be. And it doesn't need to be a man being nice to a woman. You can be moral, you can be chivalrous, and you can be honorable to everyone. And with that, have a great weekend. Happy Friday. And I hope you guys stay safe and stay dry.